The college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Thursday, March 13th. The Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Rhythm, the leader in data-driven picks and props. Rhythm's giving away a $250 future and throwing a March Madness party in Las Vegas, Nevada. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for all the details. Plus, you're going to want to do this. Compete against SGPN this March in the epic college basketball survivor contest. First place gets $75,000. Enter today at splashsports.com/SGPN. And of course, SGPN is giving away $2,000 in our free March Madness bracket competition. Sign up today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket. Once again, that's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket.
This is Mike Leach, head football coach at Mississippi State, and you're listening to SGPN. Let it ride.
Welcome to the college basketball experience preview and picks episode for Thursday, March 17th. Boom. I mean, if the soundboard would turn off, it'd be great, but that's how jacked up I am. Even my fucking soundboard is just playing random stuff. I just been sitting in this man cave, just watching college hoops all day. Can't wait to do it again tomorrow. No one mess with me at this time of the year because we're having a blast. YouTube.com/the college experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. It was a fun day. If you're wondering who the hell you're listening to, my name is Colby Swinging Database Dan, aka Pick Dundee. That's not a pick. This is a pick.
He was raised in the land down under, where a man thinks on his feet, speaks with his fists, and lives by his wits.
When Dundee happened, he was a superstar.
He's the kind of guy that would drink a gallon of gasoline so he could piss in your campfire. You could drop this guy off at the Arctic Circle wearing a pair of bikini underwear without his toothbrush, and tomorrow afternoon he's going to show up at your poolside with $1 million smile and a fistful of pesos.
Oh yeah, $1 million smile, more than a fistful of pesos. I mean, we had a fire day on some of this stuff today. I am joined by my co-host. He's the host of the Ride and Rush Show, and make sure you check out the College Basketball Experience pregame show. Give it up for former video coordinator for Hall of Fame coach Bob Huggins and Frank Martin, Ryan McIntyre, a.k.a. Moneyline Mac. How are you, brother?
I'm doing good. Yeah, great day. And this is a great day in college hoops. Crazy, just games were crazy up and down. And tomorrow actually Friday's the best day of the year. Tomorrow's the second best day with all these games, the quarterfinals and the second round of these big conferences. Can't wait to talk about it. Cheers, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good one.
Mac tonight! Come on, make it Mac tonight!
It's a long show, so we're just going to get right into this action. It started off with the bang because double locked the Richmond Spiders, getting it done against the Davidson Wildcats. 69-65. Davidson gets the win. Richmond gets the cover. Your thoughts on this A10 matchup?
Good win. Davidson moves on. Richmond ends their very, very disappointing year. At least they covered on the way out. They finished 10-22. That's one of Mooney's worst years. So they need to bounce back next year. This year was definitely disappointing.
Yeah. And Virginia announced news today.
Yeah.
That Ron Sanchez is gone. So that job's now open. We'll see what they do. But was surprised that Georgia Tech took down the Wahoos. I actually had a wager on the Wahoos. I can't remember if you did or not. But Georgia Tech 66, Virginia 60. Your thoughts here?
Yeah, I felt like Georgia Tech's athleticism just bothered them. I thought Virginia was gonna find a way to get this done, but Sanchez ends, and now the new era begins in Charlottesville, and Georgia Tech gets to play Duke.
That line's crazy. I've already seen it.
Something else.
Kansas City, Cincinnati, Iowa State, domination by the Clones. You took them, right? You took them, right?
I took Cincy.
You took Cincy. Oh,
a little fight. They're very disappointing year. NIT for a team that was ranked 15th in January at one point.
Yeah, and then the beautiful side of this next one was, hold on, let's just we cash on South Carolina here, but this needs to be investigated because
analytics.
I don't believe that's analytics. I don't even understand like what the fuck happened here. So we have, if you didn't catch the game, Calipari intentionally misses. Well, his player intentionally misses a free throw when only up 3.
I don't think
when the line was at stake, though.
I don't think Calipari told him to do that. I think Nelly Davis had a brain fart, and I think Cal's covering for him. There's no way he's been coaching forever. There's no way he said, let me miss the free throw so they got to shoot a 90-footer rather than if I make it, the game's over.
This is where I bring up my point, though. And this is why I don't think it's crazy to think this.
That Nelly hit was point shaven?
No. I mean, potentially, if Calipari did know this, but like, let's say your biggest booster has action on the game, you know?
But would he have South Carolina?
I know. That's the only thing is like, in this case,
yeah.
I mean, it would be South Carolina, right? But
I have a hard time thinking Cal would do that. As much as we like to bust Cal's balls, he's made Final Fours, won national championship. He's been in this situation a ton.
He doesn't need money, but I just feel like I've in all my years of watching hoops, I've never seen that.
I felt like when he tried to explain it at the press conference, I felt like he was lying. Like he was just like, yeah, he can make an 80-footer. Now the other side is he could throw in a bank through. I was like, he doesn't even know what he's saying right now. I think he was trying to cover for Nelly's whatever the fuck that was.
Yeah. Another thing. I don't know what the second half line was or anything. To me, it's just suspicious. And to me, I've watched college hoops my entire fucking life, and including a lot of NBA too. At one point, I don't know that I've ever seen that. You know what I mean? So it's like, okay, maybe it could be player error, could be, but it also could be. I've always said this, like I know the Juice is saying Franklin scoring that touchdown against West Virginia. Remember the opener a couple years ago?
I remember.
I mean, that was a true dickhead move, and because his biggest boosters have, I think it gives you an incentive to know the line and to beat the line every fucking time. Now this would be in reverse, so maybe we're stretching it there, but I don't know. It's just strange. I'll tell you that.
May calls saying, what number did we have? We had South Carolina was getting 4.5 on the show last night. This definitely was a number depending on when you got it. If you had bet it at the open, it was like 1.5 or 2, but it was 4.5 on the show last.
But I think it closed at 3.5.
Yeah,
so that's what I'm saying. It was that free throw was gigantic.
It was bouncing all over the place.
Yeah. For a lot of people, that free throw was gigantic. I ate a pile of. What's that?
That's why it's so hilarious that he did that shit on that number. It's like, okay.
Yeah. Ate a pile of shit on the Rice Owls against the Clits of Charlotte. Nice win for the Clits. Go on the road in Texas, get that done.
Yeah.
You nailed this one. Fordham, 88, Rhode Island, 71.
They fucked them up.
Yeah. I'll be honest. Like I thought the line was a little bit fishy, but I didn't think it would be this type of game. I did not. I mean, I didn't bet this, but unbelievable.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they punched him in the mouth. They're up 20 in the first half, and Rhode Island, I know they ended up with a decent record, but I felt like they were
all
falling
over the place this year, man.
They
all
lost
over the place.
5 out of their last 6. I would grade Archie Miller a C this year in year 3. 18-13. It's been underwhelming. It's been underwhelming because Rhode Island's not a bad job. I mean, Dan Hurley was great there.
Yeah. What's my guy's name? The UCLA coach that was there with Lamar Odom. I'm drawing a blank on his name right now, but
Barron.
Yeah.
Barron.
No.
Barron was at
coach?
Rhode Island. Barron was at Rhode Island forever, right?
No. I'm thinking of what am I? Jim. I'm drawing a blank. No, the dude who won the Jim Herrick. There we go. The one who won the Natty with UCLA with the O'Bannon brothers.
Oh yeah.
Jesus, yeah. They had Lamar Odom. They went to I want to say they went to the Sweet 16 or Elite 8 with Lamar. But yeah, I mean, it's been a good job, man. San Jose State, Wyoming. You got cute here, man. You got a little cute here.
Wyoming spotted him, goddamn 22 points and got it all the way down to 2. But I mean, you can't spot somebody that many points.
Yeah. And then, they don't call me a swag specialist for nothing.
Hilarious game.
Grambling, 65. The 1 seed Southern, 62. You're welcome.
Hilarious result.
I was all over this shit. I was all fucking over this shit, dude. I mean,
almost blowing it in regulation.
Oh my God, dude. This was absolutely fantastic stuff. We also followed that with and that was a money line play, by the way, folks. Then North Carolina block battle win for Dundee. I can't believe you took the Irish here. I know it was public, but man, I just thought there was no chance in hell. I think the same thing for tomorrow. Your thoughts on this one?
I mean, they made every shot. It felt like I think they were like 14-28 from 3. Every time I looked up, it was going in. Notre Dame, add them to the list. Disappointing year. I had some expectations for Shrewsbury. They were underwhelming, underachieving this year. They're in the Cincinnati camp for me.
Yeah,
maybe worse.
Then, I mean, I hate to do this to you, pal.
I didn't like the game.
Look out, just watch him go down to Buffalo.
The Colorado Buffalo 67, West Virginia 60. Your thoughts on this? You're still good, right? You're still fine for the tournament, right?
Yeah, we lost to get off the 8-9 line. We're a 10 seed now. It actually might have been a blessing in disguise.
Could be.
Yeah, dude, Colorado's got the magic right now. That
play Houston tomorrow. We'll see.
15-0 run. The Mountaineers ran out of gas. Small had 23 points, but that was about it. We'll see where the Mountaineers go for the tourney. Feels good to still be in the tourney even when you can lay an egg. So shout out to the DeVries and company still getting us to the dance. But good win Buffs.
Then we both had Northwestern as they stuck it to Minnesota 72-64.
I ended up betting this.
I should have bet this.
I was like, come on, let me get some Peacock action here. Dude, by the way, the Peacock network fucking sucks.
Yeah, it does.
You can't multi-screen.
They got the ultimate butt bunch on the play-by-play too. Like,
yeah. Ass fucking network.
Lock battle win for you here. So you made up for the other lock battle right there. Texas 79, Vandy 72. You were right.
Welcome.
I thought about this early on. I go, every team in the SEC that's had a critical game to make the tournament,
it's rigged,
has won. I can't think of one example unless they're taking on another bubble team where they can't do anything about it.
Yeah.
I don't believe one time this hasn't gone in the direction
of the bubble team.
Yeah. It's really unbelievable. Maybe like what, Kentucky, Oklahoma, and that was a buzzer beater.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Big win for Texas, and obviously it sets up for Texas A&M there. Your thoughts?
That's gonna be fun. Middle of the afternoon, 3:30 Eastern, right into happy hour. I'm looking forward to that game because, I mean, if Texas beats A&M tomorrow, they might be in. It's as crazy as that sounds. But
no,
yeah,
I think they will be if they. Yeah, I think they will.
Recency bias. Yeah, they.
Texas draws a gigantic fucking TV number.
They'd be good in that date and playing game. Yeah, a good win for Texas. They were the better team. They kind of just controlled Vandy from the tip.
Yeah. Then we did double lock the Butler Bulldogs. 75-69 against Providence. Boom. The cash was coming in. And Butler moves on to take on the Johnnies. That should be a little interesting.
Did you see Kim English after the game?
I did not. What happened?
He said, we played like we did the whole year. Pitiful, pathetic, and embarrassing. Providence finishes 12-20, 2 years removed from Ed Cooley. This has turned into the Keno Davis era. They're bad. They're fucking horrible. And tell you what, Kim English better get that thing fixed next year. His seat's going to be as hot as anybody.
Big year for him next year.
Woo,
Big
man.
year for him next year.
Yeah.
Attack that portal. Folks, want to tell you that the college basketball experience is part of the Sports Gambling Podcast Network, if you didn't know. And we are giving away $2,000 in our March Madness bracket competition. Yes. Once again, go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/bracket to sign up today. It's completely free. Everyone should be in there right now. If you're listening, you, if you're watching, you, get in there. It's free. Plus, get this. You can compete against us, myself, Moneyline Mac, everybody else at SGPN this March in our $75,000 winner take all college basketball survivor contest, where just each day you have to pick, just like NFL Survivor or college football Survivor, you pick your team that you think is going to advance. But you're not going to be able to pick them again. So the strategy is all involved. Enter at splashsports.com/SGPN. Yes, right there. You're seeing it. And we're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Yes, SGPN is partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes site, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. And your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. And the best part is no credit checks, and it is completely free to download. Sign up today. Use the promo code SGPN so you get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. That's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. Once again, that's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. And last but not least, we're brought to you by MyBookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet every single sport. Plus, there's props for every game, and MyBookie accepts customers from a ton of different locations, even outside of the states. You can easily deposit and get lightning fast payouts using crypto. Head on over to MyBookie.ag, but don't do it without using our promo code TCESGPN. For 100% deposit match up to $1,000. Once again, that's mybookie.ag, promo code TCESGPN. All right, we are back. The fun continues. Well, Nevada minus, 12.5, 13. Boom! Double lock. Alfred. We get a lot of people that talk a lot of shit about our plays, which I can appreciate. I know that anytime you're doing anything successful in life, you're going to have people coming for you. You're going to have people coming for you. But, man, we were on some fire fucking plays today. Lamar covered against McNeese. Double lock. It's just that time of year where you're just fucking dancing on the ceiling like goddamn Lionel Richie every single day. 7 grams. I'm just doing the Kettle One rocks to send me home. All right. Your thoughts on Nevada, Fresno, and Lamar McNeese?
I'll skip Nevada. They beat Fresno. Let's talk about McNeese. Will Wade back-to-back Southland champions. And he was. I texted back and forth with him after tonight. He's ready to go for the March. They want a team not named Gonzaga in the bracket this year. So that was the main thing. That from a matchup standpoint, teams of size give them a lot of fits. So if they can get a team like a high major that doesn't have the size in the front court, that would be an ideal matchup. So Will Wade, obviously a friend of the program, he's fired up to get them back to the dance. They kind of got run off the court last year. I think they're better than they were last year. And I watched his post-game press conference, and he was brutally honest. He said, I promised Heath Schroyer, who hired him, took a chance on him, and he said, I was going to do 2 years here. Last year, I didn't talk to one high major program. This year, I'm going to. I'm not going to lie to you people. But we're gonna see how many games we can win in March, and then we'll see what happens. Finally, a coach that just tells the truth and tells it like it is, rather than I'm not interested in any of these jobs. Blah blah blah. Like, shut up. Like, we know that you're interested in tripling your salary. So I appreciate Will Wade for that.
It is refreshing to hear that. It is refreshing to hear that.
Just call it like it is. Like, yeah, all right. If a SEC or Big 12 team calls me, I'm gonna leave McNeese for that school. Like, let's call a spade. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Shout out to Devin in the chat. Appreciate you, brother. You were on the right side with these plays, Montana, Northwestern, North Carolina. If you guys are ever in Memphis, let's catch some drinks. Amen, man. And I will be back in Memphis. I've been there several times. I love Memphis.
Me too.
Nashville gets the hype. I love fucking Memphis. I'm a sucker for blues though. So it's just a classic city to me. I'll definitely hit you up when we do, or you got. I don't know how to hit you up, but just DM me on Twitter at @DColbyD, and I'll try to remember that when we're there. But we got to get to some serious business, some very serious business here. I know, and I am fully a Frank Martin guy. All right, but
I'm so glad UMass season's over. I hate watching that team.
The shipment is staying alive. God damn it! All right, lock battle win. All right, Cuddy Sark, neat. 25-year, you pussy bartender. All right. I don't know what's served that for a while. But we're in this goddamn thing. Let's go. Fred Dunphy. LaSalle, 78. UMass, 71. Lock battle win for Dundee. Your thoughts on the game? LaSalle, for a second there, it looked like UMass had battled back and actually took in a 2 or 3 point lead. Had me a little bit on edge, but Fran caught a timeout.
Yeah.
Picked up his Motorola because he hasn't changed cell phones in 20 years. And he said, your shipment's fucking in? It's in? All right. Yeah, I still got the game going on, but don't worry. We'll have a team of guys there. Don't worry. I'll send the assistant out right now to pick it up. Boom. Got it done. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, he ran the nice defense of tell UMass to just miss a bunch of free throws. I think they finished 12 of 27 from the free throw line. I am so done watching this UMass team. I'm glad that their season's over. Frank was in pain on that sideline watching that team.
I did see him yelling at several players. What are you doing?
That team has got the IQ of a flea watching them. I mean, trying to run some zone offense, and then just the guy catches at the foul line wide open, and he just drives it into the center and airballs. It's hey, why don't you shoot the 10-footer while you're wide open? Yeah, Frank was losing his mind. Good job, Dunphy, man. He rallies those troops. Those guys are playing for him, and he gets another night. Hopefully he packed more than one suit, baby. He's been rocking that suit on the side.
Don't worry. He lived down in D.C., used to be an assistant at AU back in the fucking 70s, I feel like. He knows the spots. He still knows the spots. You know what I mean? He's going to hit 2nd Street Jazz there in Georgetown. They know he walks in. He doesn't have to say shit. They know who he is. They got his Cuddy Sark 25 years. They dust that thing off. They have to go down to the basement cellar for that shit, right? They dust that thing off. They go, he's in the house. The bartender snaps his fingers. They start playing his song. Boom. They bring a table. It's like Goodfellas. They bring a table over for him. That's the type of treatment he gets as, yes, the legend of Fran Dunphy continues. He won't go quietly into the night. The guy's a winner through and through. And I did see at the end when Frank was shaking hands with him, I did see like Frank was,
You're good friends.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. He seemed like, okay, pissed I lost, but at least it's to this guy. Yeah. At least it's to this guy.
They gave each other a nice hug. It was a nice embrace. They go way back. Dunphy's a good man. So's Frank. They're the good guys in the business that definitely do not cater to their players. They challenge the shit out of those guys. They both were losing their minds today.
Yeah. I mean, just fantastic stuff, though, man. I'm loving. Dude, have you seen the line for tomorrow?
It's like 13, right?
Oh my God, it's insulting. Next up, we have Norfolk State.
Norfolk was like shit.
We almost had,
and South Carolina.
I actually think South Carolina State actually looked even worse. I didn't bet this game, but I bet the South Carolina State game, and whoa, both these teams were tested though.
Yeah,
I think they were. You start celebrating that you guys won part of a championship, and I think your analysis was right. I don't think you went in on South Carolina State, but I did, and I mean this was like a 4-point game at one point, man. This one here, shocking from Norfolk State there, but didn't bet Norfolk. So they got the win. They survive. We'll see how it goes moving forward. But man, from Fran 1 to Fran 2, money line play. Iowa 77, Ohio State 70. Double lock, money line play. We are a free damn podcast.
Let's go, Donaldson.
All right. We're happy-go-lucky human beings. All right, this is a free damn show, but we're gonna get haters even though it's a free show. And you know damn well if we saw you in person, we'd buy you a cocktail. But you want to still hate, and I'm okay with that because I love talking shit. But you know damn well we know what the fuck we're talking about. I mean, this was just perfect. I got some text messages from siblings and cousins stuff. I was on Ohio State. I was like, man, you should have texted me first. You should have texted me first.
How could you take Ohio State?
I know.
I'm your favorite. And McCaffrey, baby, the magic lives on. Bring him back. Sign him. Extend him, Rob. Come on, let's go, Hawkeyes. Extend Fran. Let's bring him back again. You don't need DeVries. You need Fran. You need more Fran. Ohio State's out. That was a collapse.
They should have never been in my opinion.
Yeah, they better not.
This
try and
season, they should have never been in. Please. Yeah. They shouldn't have been. They were never a good team to me this year.
How do you lose to Iowa when all they had to do was win that game and they were going to be in? And they lost to Iowa. Oh,
and I depleted Iowa. Fran's a great coach, though, man. Like I know Donaldson hates him, but I'm saying like I think he made some adjustments, and the team looked a lot better. They looked prepared today. I mean, what was it, Dix? I think it was Dix that had the big game for them. Yeah. Josh Dix. But hey, I'm buying in. I like the spot tomorrow too. Shout out to 7 Grams Wish giving us $50. Appreciate you. Free show. Rob Donaldson also giving us 20. Fire Fran. Don't fire any Fran. All right, that's a rule. Fran Brown at Syracuse. Fran Dunphy.
Leave DeVries alone. Wait till Otzelberger leaves Iowa State for Indiana, and then DeVries goes to Iowa State. What are you going to do when he's a Cyclone?
That would be great. That would be great.
They should hire McCollum. I mean, if they can't get DeVries, they should hire McCollum. I mean,
yes,
you made the mistake last year not hiring the Drake guy. Hire this Drake guy. This Drake guy's pretty damn good too.
Shout out to a tailgate report giving us $20. Keep up the good work, boys, and remember March Madness spreads like herpes, so embrace it. Lastly, shout out to Oliver Miller. Rest in peace. Did he die? He might have died a while ago, huh? Am I forgetting this?
I didn't see that.
Oliver Miller, the former big man for Arkansas and the Phoenix Suns. That sucks if he's dead. But I appreciate a tailgate report giving us $20. He died today. Gosh.
Problem when you got all these games.
How old was he? How old was he?
That old.
Now I gotta. Dude, I watched him as in the '90s, so it's like I gotta just research this right now. Look, I know he had a weight problem after he got super paid, which
54.
God bless him, but
I remember him. Yeah, I remember Oliver Miller.
Wikipedia has an update. I mean, not that. That's
he was on Vince Carter's team. I remember him.
What did he die? Anyone know what he died of?
Probably a heart attack. What did he die
of? Anyway, rest in peace. Love and condolences to Oliver Miller, the Big O. Yeah, that's a bummer. That's when I hate getting old. Probably, man. He was definitely big as shit. I mean, he was tall as shit, and then when he added that weight, I could only imagine.
I didn't know he had cancer. I figured it was a heart attack. I mean, since it's so sudden, I didn't know he had cancer.
Man, Oliver Miller though was man. I remember him at Arkansas, and even his first couple years on the Suns. Remember that '93? I remember that '93 finals. He played a pivotal role at times on that team, and that's a bummer. That's a bummer, man. All my heroes are dying, man. Rest in peace to the great Oliver Miller. Condolences to his family, and may he rest easy in paradise. Dude made the NBA, was a decent player for a long time, and dude, those Arkansas teams were nasty back in the day with Todd Day and Lee Mayberry. They were nasty. There's obviously we know the national championship teams, but I'm saying with the Todd Day, Lee Mayberry, trying to remember the three, but yeah, that's a bummer. Next up, Ryder did smash. I'm sorry, Quinnipiac did smash Ryder. Did eat a pile of shit on this one. Your thoughts?
Yeah, what the hell? Quinnipiac rolled. Where did that come from? That's not what's supposed to happen in this league.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't. I mean, Ryder's it's always on the table with Ryder. They're that strange of a team that it's always on the table. But I didn't think that would happen. Clearly, as I bet that. We also did bet Georgetown, and man, what a good job Chris Holtman's done in year one.
Dude, fucking great job.
They're fun. I mean, I know, and I shout out to Cannabis Capper. I know he's a DePaul fan. This year, they're actually a fun watch, man. I think there's a reason to be excited. It's been a while since DePaul was relevant. I'm not saying they're relevant now, but won 3 straight, man. They've won 3 straight. Your thoughts?
Yeah, a disappointing year 2 ending for Cooley. I know Sorber went down. They never really had any juice after that, but yeah, I mean, DePaul could be a factor here. Get some NIL in there. I mean, if you're a DePaul fan, what's their record now?
I think 14-18, right?
Yeah, I mean that's like winning 24 games at goddamn DePaul.
Dude, when I first back to the Oliver Miller
29 last year, yeah,
they got to get back to that. Now, granted, they were like independent, I think, for a while there, and in the CUSA at one point, but they were a really good team when I started watching college hoops. I
mean, Holtman, I think, went better at these under the radar programs where everybody kind of counts them out.
And you just never know. Sometimes it's just like life in general is a lot about timing.
Mm-hmm.
You might have thought you getting this recruit, this transfer, this injury. Oh, if he hadn't broke his ankle, if Michi Johnson doesn't leave, or if, I don't know. You never know. Like there's just all these intangibles with life, and sometimes it's funny. I love like reading about old college basketball and college football and just old sports in general, like old MLB. They would be fucking patient as shit with their coaches back in the day. It's it's ridiculous what money has brought into the sport, because like you could have like 7 straight losing seasons and then win a national championship.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Shout out to Rob, by the way. Life is short. He says, spend it happy. Cheers to you two in the chat. Amen. Yeah. Amen. I fully endorse that one, man. And we appreciate the $20. Bobby Oregon, Scotty Thurman was on the 94-95 team with Corey Beck and Corliss Williamson. And what was the big man's name? I'm drawing a blank on the center's name right now, but no, I'm thinking about the Todd Day team with Lee Mayberry. They lost to UNLV. There was a dust up against UNLV. Oliver Miller was the big, but I could have swore they had a 3 that I thought was going to be good that just never made it in the NBA. At least he probably made a bunch of money playing in fucking Bolivia. But anyway, yeah, DePaul. We did eat shit with UTEP as well. Actually, we ate shit a little bit here. It's a little tough stretch here. UTEP got drilled by Liberty there. The Flamin' Libs get it done 81-60. Your thoughts?
Yeah, impressive by the Flamin' Libs here. That was a beatdown. So Liberty rolls on to the next round.
Yeah. I didn't see that on the. I didn't think Liberty would be able to score 81 points on a Joe Golding team. I'm gonna be honest. If you would have told me that, I'd be like, no fucking way. I would have bet even more money. Stayed away from this. Thank God I did, because Mississippi State drilled LSU. I think you were on this one, but your thoughts?
LSU, no more. I'm done with that team. Thank God.
Their season's over.
Thank God. I'm so sick of that.
I'm done with it. I don't care. College baseball, volleyball, whatever the hell.
I love them. They covered like 4 or 5 for me in a row there. And then at the end, I just kept riding. They got annihilated tonight. Holy shit.
Yeah. And then, oh boy, man, this one, I know we didn't bet this game. But Air Force was up 25-21. I mean, I actually in-game bet this motherfucker. So it ended up being a push for me, but I was baffled at Air Force being up 25-21. I thought, and there was already reports that Kruger's done, by the way.
Yeah, I know. They started reporting it while they were losing. I mean, they're already jumping the gun that he's fired and the game hasn't even played out yet.
Unfucking believable. Hopefully you caught me on the grid saying live bet this thing tonight. I was like, no way, we got to go in. It was down to like in game, like 5.5 or 6 with UNLV. I was like, just load up. We have to load up. Then we double locked American 74-52. Shout out to the Navy guard that punched a dude in the balls. Glad to see basketball's back. This was an easy play in my opinion. Your thoughts?
Yeah, once the dude punched him in the nuts, I mean, that kind of took the airs out of the sails for the old midshipman. American, that was a fun season, man, for them. I know their season's not over. I'm talking like past tense, but they're going to be a 15 or 16 seed. I mean, I've liked this team. 22-12. Dwayne Simpkins finally gets them over the hump here, and I mean, it's a fun story. Winning the regular season and the tournament in the nation's capital. So, what years is Simpkins? 4? No, it's only his second year.
I was about to say, I was like thinking 2 or 3. Yeah.
I forgot he's only been there 2 years. I felt like it was 4. Yeah. So already
I'll tell you this. If Kevin Willard has a first round or second round exit,
Simpkins played there. I
remember. I mean, Maryland was must watch TV back then. I could do an hour on fucking the Terps back then. But
or if Tony Skinn gets another job, Simpkins could get the Mason job. He was an assistant at Mason a couple years ago.
Yeah. I mean, I could see that too.
Yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. And then we double locked this one, and god damn it, I took the money line too, and that didn't hit, but the money line should have hit. This game was on crack. Cal, Stanford, yes. That's why you take the points as an insurance policy. The 5.5 hits. Dude. This game was insane, by the way. Tell me you watched this game.
Yes, it was hilarious.
I actually think this was the best game of the day. I think this was the best fucking game. I mean, it was a stupid game. Like, stupid. You know, a good comparison? Since I host the college football experience and I love college football, occasionally back in the day, you'd see like just a dumbass. I remember when like Mike Leach was just implementing the air raid, and you'd catch like their defense was not caught up to this thing. And you would just catch a Texas Tech game that was just insane. It'd be like 59-59 in the with 7 minutes left. You're just like, how is this possible? How can you have two teams' defenses be this bad? Part of me hated it because I was just like, somebody fucking make a tackle.
Yeah.
But it was also entertaining as fuck because you're also just like, man, it's a good game. Like, who the hell is going to win this thing? I felt that way about Cal Stanford today because each dumbass possessions left and right, just a fun basketball game, but one that if you're trying to sell the sport, I would not advise you sell that game as a lead off there. But your thoughts? We cashed here, double lock hits again. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I enjoyed that game. Stanford, shout out to Stanford, man. They beat Cal 3 times this year. Kyle Smith,
good coach, man.
Dude. I would put him in the top 25 coaches in America. He won 20 games at Stanford year number 1 after getting Wazoo to the dance last year, and he did it in a new league.
I think give the guy a little bit of time, and here's the thing. Stanford is, to me, like they're one of the more fascinating schools to watch over the next 5 years. A lot of these schools in general, and I'm just talking college sports here, not just college basketball, but they're at a rock and a hard place. Schools that have been cashing in on the athletics, essentially. Like Stanford has never put sport first, really, unless it was like an Olympic swimming or some shit or golf. But they're at a crossroads. A lot of these schools like Stanford are but if they decide to go in, buckle the fuck up because they're going to be incredible.
Yeah.
I think they're like, these are some of the most fascinating schools in the nation right now. Like these schools that have money that have never put football or basketball first. If they go in, Kyle Smith can take them to the fucking national championship, man.
I was about to say he won 20 this year with nobody on that team. I'm trying to think of like a college football coach comparison that just like always like it's like you blink and they're still not
Matt Campbell. Matt Campbell is like one
very similar to Matt Campbell. Maybe he has a down year every 5-6 years, but this dude could coach. I mean, I couldn't believe like when I saw them at the end of the game and I saw the 20 go up from 19 to 20, I go, damn, Stanford won 20 games. That's a great first year. And they should, they should go to the NIT, I would think. That's success.
And for year 1 too, and I know,
they got to figure out the travel too. And all that.
They'll get better with given time. So I know Andrew Luck's the GM with their football team. That's what I'm saying. Like if they decide to go in and just care a little bit about lowering the standards for the athletes, oh my God, they're going to be a fucking powerhouse in every sport. So there's some fascinating guidelines to me of like all this shit with the players getting paid. If a couple teams commit, because before, like, I feel like teams just got the benefit of the doubt, like if you're Boston College, you're like, well, we're just taking the paycheck here. And they didn't adapt to the change that was going on. And now the change is happening. So it's like you're almost forced to invest. That's why you see North Carolina throw all that money into football.
Yeah.
You realize that no longer will football, be paying everything, every other sport, like that's the funniest shit though, that I love. The irony of that, all the people that hated football, they were paying the tab for every other sport to exist.
All these other fucking sports.
Yeah. Like
it is. I mean,
it's just hilarious.
Basketball and football. I mean,
yeah.
If you want a good little women's field hockey team or women's volleyball team,
get your football and basketball team together. Yeah.
So they can pay your bills. I mean, people don't want to hear the goddamn truth nowadays. That's hardcore truth. Football and basketball pay the bills.
Only 2 sports that make money. A couple schools, like probably 10 to 15, make a little bit on college baseball, and some obscure, like there's some college hockey teams where they can actually make a little bit of a profit. But when I say profit, it's nothing like football or basketball. You get football and basketball together, And that's what I love is about this time right now. I hate a lot of the conference realignment stuff. Obviously, you hear me bitch about it every day, but one thing I do appreciate it about it is it's making these universities wake up. Now, I'm sure some will probably fold and go down to the FCS or something, or go down to D2, or go down to a mid-major ranks.
That's a rumor that there's going to be a cycle of that are just going to go down. Or
that's fine too. That's fine too. Like, but to me, you know, you were cashing checks anyway. Did you like certain schools that just kind of phoned it in before? So it's making you decide shit or get off the pot. So, you know, and trust me, one thing I know in general about life, when you stop getting that gigantic fucking check, you might reassess and say, maybe we should go all in football or basketball because we want that all. They will, and everyone loves money. All right. Anyway, getting sidetracked. That's what we do here on the College Basketball Experience. Subscribe, tell a friend. Folks, want to tell you the College Basketball Experience is brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party. And guess what? You listening, watching, wherever you're at, you're invited. All Rhythm users are invited to a first four watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the Awesome Stadium Swim at the Circa in Las Vegas. I mean, you get free drinks. How about that? Plus, you get to hang out with us, SGPN's crew. Pick Dundee and company will be out there. I mean, God willing, these fucking planes are crashing left and right. But, you know, I'm trying to be out there. And it gets better. Rhythm is also giving away a $250 March Madness future for one random lucky Rhythm user. And even if you can't make the party, you can still get hit with that thing. Come by and use the Rhythm app to help you fill out your bracket and make some bets while you're at it and hang out with us. Get some cocktails. Boom. And let me tell you, Rhythm's March Madness stats and success from 2024 were pretty fire. They had UConn winning it all. Rhythm predicted Duquesne, NC State, and Oakland upsets. 45% of the Rhythm brackets had NC State reaching the Sweet 16. So look, what are you doing? A free party, free booze, chance to hang out with a couple of fucking idiots. You can call me a gap-toothed motherfucker. And a chance to hit a $250 future bet. Unbelievable. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for the details. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for all the details. We're also brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. I mean, college hoops every night. There's an edge you can't find elsewhere. You got to check it out every single night. Every single night we're hitting this thing heavy and hard. Cannabis Cappers writing articles about it at sportsgamblingpodcast.com or the SGPN app. Everything else too they got. NHL, NBA, UFL, CFL, MMA, NASCAR, PGA, college football, NFL, everything. You got to check it out. And they're offering a Luka discount for every Laker home game the rest of the regular season. Check it all out. Sign up. And when you do, use our promo code TCESGPN to claim your special pick plus first time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com promo code TCESGPN. All right. Mojo, you're missing out. LaSalle isn't pathetic, brother. They're not pathetic, you know. Fran's got something. Continuing on a great, just overall great fucking day of just fun. Now we did eat shit on Kansas State. Baylor 70, K-State 56. Your thoughts on this one?
I thought Baylor looked really good tonight. I thought that was like
they needed that though. And in hindsight, I kind of thought, damn, we kind of botched that. I don't know.
We played the Tang angle. Tang had owned Drew, and they know each other so well. But yeah, I mean, Baylor looked sharp. And Kansas State finishes 16-17, one of the more disappointing teams in the country this year. I saw Coleman Hawkins breaking down after the game. Yeah, brutal year for K-State. They did not get a good return on investment for that fucking team.
Well, that's the thing. That's the thing that makes it so interesting. Yep, rosters are going to be super paid, but you lose your edge when you're paid just in life. You know, like the more money you make, the more you lose your edge.
Yep. I'm with you. Yeah.
When you're broke, your fucking vision's 20/20. You know what I mean? You can see everything. When you're paid, it's a little blurry, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, there's everybody. The human element creeps in. You know, you got other shit. You got chicks. You got endorsements.
Everything.
Yeah, I mean, more money, more problems, and that K-State team did not have that chip or that grit that they needed to win in the Big 12 this year. That's for damn sure.
You cashed on this. I didn't bet this game, but this is a rigged game. I watched this entire game. USC 97, Rutgers 89, double overtime. How did USC even get this thing into overtime? Because I had to take my son, had to read them the book and everything, go to sleep. When that was going on, Rutgers was up 5 with maybe a minute or maybe like 35 seconds left. This was a rigged game though, from the start, I believe. The line made no sense. Of course, USC won. I probably should have jumped on it with you.
Big Ten rivalry.
I just knew it was rigged from the start. I was like, I don't even understand. USC won 2 of the last 10 games. It just made no sense to me. I probably should have just joined in and caved in, but I didn't. I didn't bet the game. If anything, I did bet the over in that hit, but that was a sports grid shot right there. But yeah, your thoughts on this one and what the hell actually happened there?
Well, I mean, for us that had USC, man, they were up 15 and they were
early. Dude, it was up 20-2 to start the game.
Yeah, they were.
And I was like, this is rigged. And then Rutgers comes all the way back, and I'm like, I still think it's rigged. I still think it's fucking rigged.
They had the lead for the first 35, 36 minutes, and they completely choked. And Rutgers missed 2 free throws. USC got the ball. There was nobody at this game. I saw Bieniek bragging about how good the Big Ten tournament is. There's nobody at the Big Ten tournament the entire day. That tournament sucks.
Who the hell would go? I'll be honest. Like, who the fuck wants to see USC Rutgers? You could offer me free tickets, and I'd be like, yeah, they're gonna play another episode of Walker Texas Ranger today. You know what I mean? Like, maybe I'll catch that.
Yeah, he tweeted some fun. He wasn't even worth a response. He said some shit about where the truck stop. Like, hey, I'll tell you what, the Big 12 tournament was popping. I mean, the environments, the Big 12 and the Big East.
Well, they still have their soul. They still have their soul.
Yes, and the SEC was popping. The Big Ten, they turned on.
Well, they sold their soul. They sold their soul.
Snooze fest today.
Kevin Warren, they all sold their soul.
Yeah,
it's gone. It's gone. They're soulless. They're a soulless enterprise.
USC plays Purdue now tomorrow. Are you excited for that game?
No, not at all.
Why is USC in this league? Why is UCLA in this league? It is so dumb watching them in this league. Like, from an identity standpoint, they don't fit. When you go to the Big 12, Arizona fits. BYU, Utah fit. Colorado fits. Arizona State fits. Like,
the only one that actually doesn't fit to me is UCF.
Yeah,
I think the other ones fit. Houston belongs in. The other ones fit. UCF's the other one, the ones that I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. But
the Big Ten, this shit don't make it. Washington? Why is Washington?
Look, Maryland and Rutgers don't even make sense in the Big Ten. Their whole fucking conference doesn't make sense. They're just like sitting there. Oh, we'll buy this. Their soul's been gone for a long fucking time.
You know what's crazy is, like, you just take out the 2 coast fucking schools, the environments are lit. But then when you add in Rutgers, I mean, I guess Rutgers gets lit, but Maryland, I mean, they're lit once every 5-4 years now because they don't play Duke anymore. Those UCLA
or Carolina or UVA and Maryland's a fucking rivalry.
Yeah, UCLA and USC crowds have sucked. Oregon, average. Washington, unless they play Oregon or UCLA. I mean, it's I don't know.
No, they sold their soul, man. They sold their soul.
Yeah,
and
and they're on Peacock Network, and it's just like double whammy shit.
Yeah, and I like. To me, they're public enemy number one. The SEC's moves made sense, even though I didn't like it. It still made sense. I was like, okay, Oklahoma and Texas, they already have A&M in there. You already have Mizzou in there. Mizzou and Oklahoma have a long history. It made sense, even geographically. It kind of made sense. The Big Ten one was just like, insulting to me. The first one was insulting. The second one was like with Rutgers and Maryland was insulting to me. Then it was insulting when they went to the West. I was like, oh, great. You know what I mean? Like just
Washington and Oregon. It's like, what the hell is this crap on my TV? Penn State, Washington. Everybody ready to go? Let's go, everybody.
Yeah, just fucking horrible. We actually got some bad beats. When I really think about this.
Agreed.
The fucking Sacred Hot Mary Mac play.
That was bullshit, and that was a block.
I know. I agree. Mary Mac wins in overtime, 66-62. We had 3.5 with fucking Sacred Hot. And then the Seton Hall Villanova play was a brutal fucking beat, man. Brutal. What number did you get?
11.5. The dude.
Me too. Yeah.
The dude missed a 3-footer to cover. It was like, oh, come on. And it was, what was worse is Seton Hall never stopped fighting. Like they just kept playing hard. I'm like, oh, they're gonna find a way to backdoor. They always backdoor this. They literally just did this against Villanova 2 weeks ago, and that Villanova went up like 20 to start the game. But I never thought like Seton Hall was out of it from covering. And dude misses a 3-footer point blank. That was ridiculous.
It's okay though, because the Oklahoma Sooners cashed for us on the money line, 81.75. You're welcome. Porter's dancing.
He is. He's wearing that suit. He's got those Toby Keith shoes on. Is he going through a divorce or something? What's up with his style right now? He's going through a little bit of. He's got his
probably
hair, his hair everywhere, and he's got a red tie. He's got like black pants, blue jacket. I was like, what the fuck? You got these shoes on? I go, all right, Porter, there you go. He missed Sister Jean. He needs Sister Jean to dress him again.
I'd say you're laying like minus 700 on a divorce. Just because when I think about this, he made a shit ton of money. It was a couple years ago. He was also in newspapers all the time after Loyola. So yeah, you're probably accurate. He's probably going through a divorce. I'll set those odds at minus 700 based on the fact he became like a multimillionaire. And then, then he moved the family to Oklahoma. I mean, there's a lot
like
from Chicago to Oklahoma. Yeah. Minus 700 on that divorce. If you got any other divorce plays, we can speculate. I'll set the odds at what we're looking at here, but I'm gonna say minus 700. That makes a lot of sense on a divorce there. A lot of fucking sense.
You know where he was before Chicago? He was in Little Rock. So he went from Little Rock to Chicago, and they're like, "Oh yeah, nice." Yeah. And now they're like, "All right, we're going to Norman." They're like, "You got to be kidding me, right?" Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming, I don't know when he got married. I'm assuming he probably plucked her from Little Rock. They went to Chicago. She thought, oh my fucking God, this guy's incredible. Man, there.
That's what I'm saying. She met Sister Jean. They had a conversation. I'm sure it was something regarding sex, but then she saw him cash in and said, whoa. But then they're like, Oklahoma, Norman. I used to date a Norman. But then they went there, and then she realized, what am I doing? Like Chicago, I could be, if I just leave this guy, I'm a millionaire, right? And then boom, I'm sure it's probably happening. She missed that lasagna pizza that Beanick screams about. And then she went back to there, and then Porter. But here's the thing: Porter's a fucking multimillionaire, regardless. So there's talent out there. He's got every place he walks, and especially he's dressing this sharp. I think you're onto something. I think you're onto something. When he's dressing this sharp.
He's rocking that suit. I go, what's he doing over here with the sneaks?
Look, I'll be honest. As a happily married guy, sometimes, man, I wear fucking sweatpants out to a nice restaurant. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guarantee you make my wife divorces me, and then I guarantee you there's no sweats. No sweats. I'm spending some time in front of the mirror.
I'm gonna take a shower.
Makes a lot of sense though. I never thought about that. I think you make a lot of sense.
Yeah, he's got a new pop in his step. So whatever's going on, whatever he's got it going on in that.
Those shoes are fucking alligator, dude. I got a feeling those shoes are alligator. It's hard to find the alligator fucking shoes. You know what I mean? You gotta be able to track that thing down. You know, you gotta go to a place that has alligator. Important. I got the internet these days. I feel like it was harder pre-internet, but alligator shoes, some shit like that. Snakeskin shoes. That's how you know someone's taking life seriously.
The players like it. They've won 3 in a row, and
you're goddamn right they like it because they're gonna be buying all that shit with their NIL. They're like, hey, Porter knows how to get these goddamn alligator skin fucking shoes. I mean, come on, let's be honest. She probably knew she was divorced, and she's like, I got a boyfriend. His name is Porter. You're not in it for the money from the start. Come on, don't bullshit me.
Let me see if there's any rumors on the interwebs right now. But hey, dude, real talk, they're in, man. They
oh yeah,
they won 3 in a row. They beat Georgia. They beat Texas in the Red River shootout, and then Missouri, and 20 wins, and they're going to be the first ever 6-12 team that makes the NCAA tournament from a conference.
Whatever we have to do to not get to 96.
Agreed.
Put them in.
SEC is going to get 13 in. It's a remarkable year, top to bottom.
Put them in. Put them all in. Santa Barbara and Bakersfield. I think that was a push on the show. We didn't bet that. We did eat shit on Utah Tech. The technology, you know, at the half, I thought
good early.
I thought we were going to get this thing, but late it crumbled. We also ate shit on Syracuse.
How'd they lose by 20?
They're fucking horrible.
I
watched this game. I don't understand it. I don't understand how they're that bad. But we did cash on UCF as a double lock. Man, had the chance to win this game, and there was a couple questionable calls, if I may say
you
so.
Think? You think they wanted some Kansas, Arizona tomorrow night?
Regulation, not in overtime, but regulation. There was a couple calls where I said, "What are we calling here?"
Yeah.
Your thoughts on that one?
I mean, UCF made some shots tonight. How many threes? They made 14 threes. Yeah, that's what my eye test said. I felt like every big shot they hit. Keyshawn Hall was awesome. Jordan Ivory Curry was awesome. They just would not go away. I'll give, man, I'm very critical of Dickinson, but I'll give Dickinson some credit, man. He made some big plays down the stretch. The offensive rebound.
Putback dunk, yeah.
Yeah, he made some big threes, too. And since nobody else can make a shot on their team from the perimeter, maybe Dickinson has to be the 3-point shooter. That's not ideal when you're 7-footer shooting threes, but somebody's got to make some shots for Kansas. I don't know, man. This Kansas team has just been such a.
We cash, and I didn't take the money line. I was going to be kicking myself if UCF won that thing outright because I was thinking about the money line, but I was like,
you knew those zebras weren't going to.
Dude, the announcer
spin move.
The spin move where the announcer sold the other announcer's opinion. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I'm like, that's not a foul.
You know who said it wasn't a foul was King McClure, who played at Baylor. He's like, that's not a foul. King McClure is like, get out of here, man.
Then he got swayed because a little bit of a like. I'm sorry, you can call that every fucking play if you wanted to.
I think the old Big 12 was like, hey, you can't say that about Kansas. No, we all been screwed by the refs against Kansas. Speak your mind, King McClure.
Tough call. Foul that guy out too.
That was a
tough call. I agree. It was a travel. I'll be honest. I thought it was a travel on one of the layup dunks too, or layup by the kid from Wisconsin that transferred over. I'm forgetting his name right now. So circle of trust here. I went in on Florida A&M. This one got we battled all the way back. We're down 15 at halftime.
Dude,
they cut it to 4. They cut it to 4, maybe even 3. And then Jack State just put it back up on them. There's a reason why I didn't take a future though. Someone asked me, the Rattlers have been your team. I didn't take the future because they're too young. They're too fucking young. But I did think they would stay within the number here. So I ate shit on Florida A&M. Your thoughts?
Sorry, I thought you were talking about FIU because FIU rigged the game.
Oh no, we did lose on FIU too. So I haven't got there yet. But yeah.
FAMU, good first year.
FIU's a team that needs to be investigated. We've said this for a while now.
Tonight was icing on the cake. They could have had a layup and covered easily at the end. The guy threw it out of bounds, like 10 feet over the guy's head. No, wasn't even guarded. Neither guy was guarded. He just threw it over his head out of bounds. And everybody looked at him, and I go, okay, that guy needs to be investigated. That guy's fixing games. That point guard.
That team all year, like I said, when you watch them,
fixed.
It's very Fresno State-ish, where you watch them and you're like, there's no way they should be this bad. They have some guys that can fucking score, right? And you're like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It just doesn't compute with you. Like, yes, you could be a losing team, but you can't be this bad. It's impossible with this much talent. Like, it's impossible. Yeah.
Hey, real quick, back to FAMU. Contrary only had a 1-year deal.
They got to give him a fucking lifetime. How's that possible?
Because FAMU did that bullshit. They tried to cut corners or whatever. So I don't know if
telling me he's going to walk. I mean,
apparently he's going to walk and he's going to take a high major assistant coaching job and double his money, which I can't blame him.
Man, that's tough.
Rob, he re-signed for 5 years. Is that done? I saw that he was rumored, but they said I saw he may take the money for a high major assistant job.
Man, build your own legacy though, man. I mean, I know that Florida A&M's a hard job, but that's one thing I did like I love about the old coaches. Now, granted they had more leeway. It's easy for me to say this when you can get fired over nothing. You know, one down year, but I look at like Matt Campbell we were talking earlier. I like building your own legacy. I think that's nowadays there's so many followers are like, oh, this job's open. Let me go be that. Let me go with that job. I don't know. What amount of money are you just happy? There's got to be a point in every human being where we all want to make more money. But like, I also think like, at what point are you like, okay, well, how much can this really matter? Now at Florida A&M compared to a fucking job as an assistant at Kansas or something, no, that really does matter. But
yeah,
I still just wish like build your own legacy. You think of some of the greats like Eddie Robinson and stuff. It's like dude built his own legacy. And now the stadium's named after him. I wish we'd see that more often.
Yeah, he had a 1-year deal, and as of 2 days ago, he did not sign his contract extension. So they're saying he may jump.
Well, I'll be honest. I mean, if he only had a 1-year deal, which is just so dumb, maybe they didn't have the resources. I don't know the reasons, but some of the other schools within the SWAC would offer them that are better resource, perhaps.
Yeah.
Or the MEAC or whatever. I mean, shit. If I'm watching that anywhere, if you're sitting there. You're watching that coaching job. To me, if you're sitting there wherever you're at, like if you're a mid-major,
yep.
How the fuck are you not interviewing him?
Yep.
You got to interview him.
Especially like you said, if you're at one of those top SWAC or MEAC schools and one of your guys leaves, he would be at the top of my list to call because he's proven he can do it at one of the worst ones.
I would even think like to me, you're in the shitty teams in the Big South or the CUSA or something, you got to at least interview them. It's one of the best. If you were ranking the top 25 best coaching jobs, which means you're not throwing out the best teams, you're talking about the best actual coaching jobs. He's got to be top 25.
Yeah. This is a Jared Gillian situation, like Rob's saying.
Yeah. So I got news that Tyon Grant Foster was playing. The problem was I'd already placed the wager, and guess what?
Oh, he went off.
It was just a knee injury. What
Yeah.
this is my problem with these goddamn injury reports. If you're saying there's not an injury and it's undisclosed, like that makes there's a rhythm to the injury report. Normally you say like, thigh, knee, like so you could sit there and say, okay, he could be out, game time decision. But when you say undisclosed and every other player that's been undisclosed has been a part of that gambling probe,
Yeah.
that's fucking with me, man.
They're gonna win
Like,
the league.
Well, I would have never bet Arlington plus the points.
Same.
Yeah. Bullshit. Cal Poly, UC Davis, get this bullshit out of here. Mustangs are rolling 86-76 against UC Davis. And the nightcap. Oh, can you say plus 275? Not only did I bet Montana to beat Northern Colorado, and you join me, I believe, my future cashed on them winning the conference tournament. Wait, you battled me here, didn't you?
I did, but I lost. But
Yeah.
I picked Montana as the future, so
Okay.
I won either way.
Okay.
Yeah, I hedge. Yeah, I mean,
I do so many fucking shows. I'm thinking of Kramer. I think where Kramer was on Montana with me. Anyway, continue.
It was a wild, because of what happened to Montana last year, where Montana collapsed against Montana State in the championship game. They had like a 15-point lead, and then Montana State came all the way back. So in the back of their minds, it's like, is this going to happen again? But they get revenge. They win the rubber match of best of 3 with them in Northern Colorado. Hell of a year for the Grizz, and good to see them back in the dance. This is a good program.
I think this is the best Montana team I've ever seen, basketball-wise.
They're pretty damn good. That white kid can freaking score.
What seed they're going to be? Let's talk about this.
14.
I'm hoping 14. I'm hoping 14 because 15 is tough. If they're 14, I still don't know that they're good enough to win it outright. But man, I'll say this. I think this is the best Montana team I've ever seen. And I might even say the best Big Sky team I've ever seen.
What's his name had some good teams though? Big Tink?
Yeah, he did. I mean, Sprinkle had Montana State. They were pretty solid that year.
Yeah.
I remember the Ross Land, Northern Arizona teams. I mean, Weber had some years. I don't know. Maybe I'm full of shit the more I think about it. But anyway,
Weber had Damian Lillard.
yeah. I mean,
they need Damian Lillard to come back.
Donation, man. What's going on? Get that donation. Game balls. Where are you going?
Let's go McNeese State for the dominance in the Southland over the last couple of years. Shout out to Will Wade. He got there and he turned that thing into a juggernaut quickly.
Yeah, he really did, man. He really did. Fran Dunphy says hello. Everyone wanted to write him off. The chat's already talking shit about him tomorrow. All right. Fade a guy that's been to the NCAA tournament 17 fucking times. All right. Game ball. Fran fucking dummy. Dummy. Fran Dunphy. The shipment's coming through, baby. Where you go next?
Second game ball. Let's go Montana. The win starts madness. That's a fun tournament, by the way.
It's getting better and better.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that they don't want to say. With all these goddamn Californians and other people from other states coming into those states, the talent level's rising. So the sports are getting better. Now I understand your taxes, everything else is fucked, but don't worry about it. You got better basketball and football. All right. It is Grambling. This should have been my top game ball. Grambling, Southern. It impresses me how many people talk shit of me on this play. They don't realize it's a rivalry, and it really means something. I don't give a shit. It could be. I think 500 years from now, if the world doesn't blow itself up, which is probably at minus 10,000, but I think that rivalry is as strong as it's just an underrated, legit rivalry. You take that game serious. Yeah. Where's the picks? Coming up tomorrow. It'll be going on tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll see you at 11 a.m. See you guys.
Check the pregame show. Check the pregame show.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. Dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE.
Good night.
1-800-PICK-DUNDEE. You could have got the picks 5 hours ago. If you dialed 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE, press 779-454. Once you dial 1-800-PICK-DUNDEE, hold on the line for 37 minutes and 14 seconds. Then I give out my 17-team power play parlay. It's hit at a 96% rate. Unbelievable. I guarantee you, it's a cash machine. Get on over there. But it's weird. It comes with video, and I do it from a fucking hot tub in Cabo. It's very strange because I am naked. But you want winners? You get those winners. All right. Get on over there.
Meatloaf. We need the meatloaf.
Yeah. I don't even remember what game ball we're on, but give a third game ball out. Where are you going?
Fuck. Who else won? American one sweeps it. Well done, American. Let's go. Great game ball there. Baby.
Iowa, from one Fran to another Fran. You write them off. Everyone wants to kill him, says they don't know shit about basketball. Stop it. All right. Fran parlay, by the way. Fran parlay. Tomorrow might be a little juicy. Folks, all right, let's jump into it. I got slides and everything. We got one conference tournament starting.
Oh, you got slides for all these games?
Yeah, you motherfuckers talk shit. I got like 10 DMs. I'm a pile of shit for no slides. I made them all tonight. And you know what I did? I made all the hypotheticals, which meant I did double the work. All right. But it's okay. You guys don't see behind the scenes. Talk your shit. It's okay. That means I made double the slides you're seeing tonight because I used both teams. That's a real fucking power move by me. That won't don't count on that every fucking day because I don't have 8 hours. We got the MAC going on here. MAC tournament, Cleveland, Ohio. Unbelievable. MAC, I love you for all your weekday shit, but next time put all your goddamn teams in the tournament, especially when they're all 2 hours away, you piles of shit. All right. You can't pay for an extra day at the goddamn Rocket Arena. Look, I've done stand up in Cleveland. All right. You can buy a fucking like 10-bedroom house for 27 grand. All right. Stop it. You got that money. You got that Tuesday night ESPN money.
Or do what the Horizon does. Play the first 2 rounds on campus Monday, Tuesday, and then go play the Final Four Friday night and championship on Saturday.
Yeah. It's a no-brainer. The odds: Akron plus 250 to win the thing. Kent State, the Golden Flashes plus 330. The Redskins of Miami, Ohio plus 350. The Ohio Bobcats plus 425. Toledo, the Rockets plus 700. Eastern Michigan, the Hurons plus 1800. The Falcons of Bowling Green plus 2200. And wow, Western Michigan. They're basically saying Western Michigan, get the fuck out of here, because they're sitting over there at plus 20,000.
Hilarious.
I actually think it's going to go chalk. I think there's a gap. I've said this all year. I'm going to take Akron plus 250, but if there's any other team that's to me appealing, I think it's Eastern Michigan because they're on the take and they're better than what I think the numbers. I think all their numbers you have to throw out, and that we've seen it with some big time wins. So I think Eastern Michigan will be my only other play. I'll sprinkle that thing, but I personally think Akron's just going to run through this thing. What are you doing here?
I think Akron will lose. I think either Kent State or Ohio is going to win it. I think that both teams have been a little bit underachieving, but both are talented veteran groups. Senderoff's won it. Bowles has won it. Somehow, some way, it'll be 4 Ohio teams in that Final Four. The Michigan never make Ohio or Cleveland for the Final Four here. So give me a future on Ohio plus 425 with Jeff Bowles, and then give me a Rob Senderoff plus 330. They've made the championship like 3 straight years. So yeah, let's go.
There we go. All right. Speaking of the devil, the Macs start things off tomorrow. Akron's laying 11.5 in Cleveland against Bowling Green, and I will. I know I just told you take Akron as a lock. I'm sorry. I'm locking up Bowling Green plus 11.5. Bowling Green's gotten better as the season's gone along. Obviously, Marcus Johnson's the greatest player in college basketball. Now that LePepe is gone. This was a 3-point game last time they played. I will never lay double digits in the fucking MAC unless it's a awful team. What are you doing here?
Early battle. I'm taking Akron. I said fade Akron, then I said I'll lay the number. They're going to lose in the semis. They're going to blow out Bowling Green.
No. You are wrong. We got a battle. Dundee on Bowling Green, MAC on the Zips. Shout out to my guy Lake Show Magazine says there's 12 out there. I will take that 12. Next up we got I'm sorry, that's not Richmond, that's Duquesne. I'm just fucking stupid. Duquesne is taking on the Bonnies. Bonnies laying 1.5. Actually, I see 2.5 now, by the way. I will lay the 2.5 with the Bonnies. I just trust this game's awesome, by the way. Not Richmond, but Duquesne and St. Bonaventure. I'm gonna lay it, but no lock here. This is an intriguing game. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna bet Duquesne. They won the tournament last year. I know it's a new group, but I like the way that they finished the year, winning 4 out of the last 6, and their 2 losses were at St. Louis, a game that they should have won, and then VCU, the game that they covered. I think that they're playing better. And I think the Bonnies just getting a little bit of a reputation bump here. It's a young group. Give me Duquesne. Let's go. I think they're better.
Moneyline Mag locking up Duquesne plus 2.5 in Washington, D.C.
If it's in New York, I would be on the Bonnies, I think. But I think their crowd takes a little bit of a hit being down in D.C.
Oh, definitely. But I just think the Bonnies. I don't have a strong feel on the game. Big Ten tournament, Indianapolis, Indiana, Indiana, Oregon. I actually think this is one of the best games of the day. I'm on the Hoosiers and I'm locking this thing up. I'm just playing this thing on the money line though. What are you doing here?
Yeah, let's double lock this. This was a rigged non-cover for me. I just had Indiana.
They're gonna have that crowd. Yeah. They're gonna have that crowd. Double lock on the Hoosiers.
They had the lead.
Keats.
They had the lead with 2 minutes left against Oregon in Eugene just last week.
Oh, I won that lock battle, and I remember that lucky ass cover.
Rigged as hell. Oregon's won 7 in a row too. Latest short number. Streak ends here. Altman will go and run in their other tournament.
Yeah. Georgia Tech, Duke, man. I just thinking about this as I was building the slide. I remember Kenny Anderson crossing the fuck up out of Bobby Hurley, goes through his legs around the back. Oh, and just an incredible fucking play. It's been a long time though since Georgia Tech had talent. I'm still taking Georgia Tech, but I am not betting this because I don't fucking like this game. What are you doing here?
Just hand me a shotgun. I'll lock up Georgia Tech. This is a
very convincing lock. Hand me the shotgun. Let me blow my brains out. But by the way, as my brains are departing my face, please bet Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech already played a game in this arena. Duke, it's a new venue. It's a new season. Cooper Flagg's never played a postseason game yet. They struggled coming out of the gates to start the season. I think they'll win by 15. But I don't think that they're going to fucking just roll here tomorrow. It's a noon game too. I mean, come on. Georgia Tech's a play-up team and then they play down to their
Not
team.
on the road, dude. Get the fuck out of here. Like, I'm taking Duke, but Georgia Tech's not a play-up team on the road.
Wait, actually, time out. This is not really a road game because who plays after them?
Okay,
North Carolina.
but still, it's not a. It's out. Like Georgia Tech has an advantage in Atlanta to me.
Yeah, but
They
I'm
play
saying
better than Atlanta.
ACC tournaments when Duke and Carolina are paired.
No, I
and
got
if
you.
Georgia Tech
They
can hang in a little bit, then the Carolina fans come in, and it's a true road game for Duke, actually.
Yeah,
And
I mean, I'm taking the points. I'm taking the points. I think Duke wins by 16-17, but
take the shotgun. Take the shotgun and just fucking go.
All right, I'll take the shotgun. You know why?
The because play today.
You know the real reason why? It's because they're off Carolina. Yeah. All right, that's the real reason why. All right, I'll go in on these Yellow Jackets. Maybe I'll dye my hair like fucking Bobby Crimmins before we bet this game or watch this game.
This game's by 15.
16. 16 is the number.
I like that.
Shout out to Cheyenne McIntosh. How'd you guys do today? We did great today. Watch the rest soon. But what up? Hey, appreciate you calling us the best to do it. We're grateful. But yeah. All right. I like to think we're great, even though we just took Georgia Tech outside of Atlanta. Butler is catching 12.5 early tip in Manhattan at the Garden. At the fucking Garden. I'm locking up Butler. 8-point game. The game before, man, this was like a 3-point game at the 5-minute mark. What are you doing here?
I'm on the same side. I mean, Butler covered both games pretty easily, to be honest, and they should have won the last game. So yeah, give me Butler, Thad Matta. Ever since that contract extension, they got a little bit of confidence in them. So Johnny's win by 9.
Double lock on the Butler Bulldogs. Plus 12.5.
Butler leads at halftime. That's my prediction. St. John's gets it done in the second half.
Next up, South Florida. You fuck with the Bull, you get a pretty shitty basketball team this year. Look, Wichita State's laying 3.5. I'm going to lock up Wichita State. I will lay the 3.5. What are you doing here?
I'll lay it. I've locked their game so far. I'll take this one off. I don't do AAC. I think they're the right side. I think you're on the right side.
I don't know why. That reminded me of like something I haven't thought about in 20 years. A John Leguizamo commercial for Pepsi One. I don't do fucking 1 calorie bullshit. I don't know how the fuck that was in my brain. But my brain's been dumb and stupid and crazy ever since I hit planet Earth. I'm going in on these shockers. Fort Worth, Texas. They're familiar with this bullshit. All right. Next up, BYU is in Kansas City, Missouri. Iowa State's laying 2.5. Lock. Iowa State minus 2.5. It's not happening twice in 2 weeks? This might be my favorite play of the day. Iowa State. What are you doing here?
This is St. Mary's Gonzaga all over again. They got him in that cute game, the first one. It ain't gonna happen twice on a road game. Hilton South, they're gonna make that 3-hour drive. It'll be a true road game. Cyclones get it done. 7-10. Let's go.
All over this. I think it might be the best play on the fucking board, to tell you the truth. It might be the best play on the board besides one other game. Why does this thing keep turning on me? Something's going on here. Honestly, do you believe in ghosts?
Yeah. Who you got?
Dude, so we ended the show last night. I'm making all my bets. I
thought you were gonna on to the next game. I go, who's the ghost?
Oh no, I was gonna tell you. I don't know my ghost name yet, but I keep my headphones on yesterday.
Yeah.
Not because because I'm an idiot. I just was just having the headphones on, but my mic is like a $500 mic and it can pick up shit. Like sometimes I can hear shit, like my dog snoring in the other room. Right. And I'm making my wagers last night after the show. Because after the show, we talked for like 10, 15 minutes, bullshit about everything in life. Next Seagal movie coming out, right? And then I'm sitting there and I'm making my picks. You're gone, and I'm hearing like a girl in the phone, or I'm sorry, what I think is on the phone, right? But I'm hearing it in the microphone, and I'm like, but it's vague, and I'm like, is my wife awake and like talking to her mom or something? Is there an emergency? So I like look up, and I'm like, what's going on? I go over there, and I come back, and I'm like, I pick up my headphones, and I'm like. Then I'm like, maybe am I just hearing, dog snoring? No, I'm hearing like words, and I'm hearing. So then I'm like, is there any way that I'm picking up my neighbor? Because my mic is pretty fucking good, but I'm like, is there a chance my neighbor is? And I didn't look out the window because I didn't want to be that. It was like 6 a.m. But I'm telling you, man, I was hearing somebody last night talk. I was dead. So I was on alcohol, but I was sober. No. I mean, I would have taken any mushrooms we had in the house, but they weren't available. My point is, I was hearing people. You think you believe in ghosts? This is the question I asked you from the start.
I do believe in ghosts.
Yeah. Thank you. Because I've always been a skeptic, to tell you the truth. I went to some of the, I honestly was. I went to I purposely sought out like a ghost town or, like a haunted fucking hotel. And I kind of thought it was bullshit. I really thought it was bullshit. I stayed there all night. Didn't hear boo from anybody. All right. And then, I'm convinced that maybe there's a chance though still that the neighbor could have been the neighbor. Could have been the neighbor. What are we talking about again? That double lock Iowa State, they believe in ghosts.
Great.
It freaked me out last night though. I was like, I'm telling you, it was pretty wild stuff. I was on alcohol last night. I was a proud member of being on alcohol. Ole Miss in Nashville, Tennessee against Arkansas. I'm gonna bet Ole Miss here. You in?
I like Calamari. I think everybody's out on him again because he forgot if he was up 3 or up 4. I like taking Cal as a dog. Everybody's out on him. Give me Cal. Woo pig suey. Let's go. Give me 3.5.
Ole Miss off a 20-point loss. They want to fucking make a fucking point. I don't think it has anything to do with Cal.
We got a problem.
Say what?
I don't like Beard as a favorite.
I don't like him as but to me, I like him as a favorite 1 to 5. Once you get above 5, it's when I get a little weary. We got a battle. Dundee on Ole Miss, Mac on Arkansas. I don't know. Ghosts could be real. I asked Mike Leach once if he believed in ghosts. He didn't. He didn't. But he believed in the possibility of them. He told me that, maybe there could be some stuff there, but he's never seen it. And I think he'd been to more places than I had been from a ghost hotel point of view. I think he'd sought out a few in his younger days. But Mike Leach believes in Bigfoot. Believes in Bigfoot, but not ghosts. Ohio, take it on Toledo. MAC tournament. Ohio's laying 3.5. I'm gonna bet Ohio minus 3.5. Toledo just beat them.
Whoa, right?
Guess what? The last one was. It was in Cleveland.
Yeah, I'll co-sign. I kind of love Ohio here. I think it's a nice smash spot to win by 7 to 10. Let's go.
Double lock on Ohio. Bobcats get it done. Next up, Alabama State, Texas, Southern Atlanta, Georgia.
This is a fun game.
This is a great game, dude. This is how you know the real from the fake. This is a fucking great basketball game tomorrow. I'm excited to watch this one.
Who you like? I like Alabama State.
I do too. I think Texas State's Texas State's still been a solid team, but they're living a little bit off their rep.
Yeah, I agree.
Let's go.
Let's
Double
go.
lock Alabama State -1.5. Let's go. I know I'm locking everything left and right, but this next one it stinks. But I'm
so good. The games are so good.
I know.
Yeah,
I'm diving into the stink. To quote my buddy Sean, stacking the money green that called Robbie Avila. Every announcer says a fucking different name. Since he called him a fat blob of mayo, I've thoroughly enjoyed that comment. But I also thought he's on to something. He added some weight from a year ago. But that fat blob of mayo, I think, can beat a team full of 5 white guys. All right. White on white crime. Give me the fat blob of mayo eating motherfucker. Let's go. St. Louis -3.5. Lock. What are you doing here?
I'm gonna battle you. I feel like this is too easy here. And Davidson already got the game under their belt. St. Louis Shirts first game in this.
Wait! You took a future on St. Louis earlier. What the fuck are you talking about?
I liked it. Well, I have a theory. I think the first game sometimes is the hardest game, and once you get that first one out, you can roll. I like St. Louis has been a high variance team. At their best, they can beat anybody, but at their worst, they can also lose anybody. I kind of like Davidson against them. I thought Richmond was going to beat him today. Davidson
Battle.
Wait for
I know my white basketball. They got no white that can guard the fat blob of mayo. Fat blob of mayo is going for a triple-double tomorrow.
You gotta be flexible with your future. You can't just die. You can't just be locked in on it.
I'm sorry.
And last time I checked, K-State won by exactly 5. Like I said, they were going to.
Oh, my God. That was
St. Louis wins by 2.
That was disgusting.
St. Louis by 2, and I can't wait to still have my St. Louis future. Those 3.5 points.
You're going to eat a pile of shit in this. I'm telling you.
Whites versus whites. You can't play more than a possession.
No, whites versus whites. That's why this is like Bob Cousy putting up crazy numbers, right? He was going on he was taking on all these other fucking whites. Fucking the fat blob of mayo is going to go for 30 points, 11 boards, 10 assists tomorrow. All right. It's I'm telling you, this is a smash play. I don't give a shit about the number. Vegas is confused because it's whites against whites. He's like, all the Vegas odds makers are sitting there baffled by this thing, but they're forgetting about the fat blob of mayo that's right in front of them. All right. Marquette, Xavier, this game's awesome. Marquette laying 2.5. I'm locking up Marquette -2.5.
I love it.
Yes. Double lock?
How many has Xavier won coming into the 6? Marquette's lost 2 in a row. Xavier won on Marquette's court. This is a proud team. Cam Jones that's won a Big East title, and Shock has been good in the Garden. Marquette lock.
Boom. At UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code TCE SGPN. Cam Jones over 19.5 points. That shit is gonna hit. Get in.
Everybody loves Xavier, man. Xavier's got some public dog food, man.
Shout out to TC. This world is not what you think it is. Now we're having a true college basketball experience episode. Talking about my ghosts. Best ghost movie.
Best ghost movie. I don't.
Yeah, you don't watch fucking scary movies. I never did either until
Scream.
So, yeah, that is a ghost movie. But what about Swayze's Ghost? Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby hits different these days. You watch Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby back in the day, you're like, that's a fun one. Now you're just like, damn. That script was talking to him.
Chat's busting my balls. I said I gave out Xavier as a future. I did, but I gave out them and Marquette. I said the winner is my future because I want whoever they're going to play. They're going to play St. John's. They're going to beat St. John, and then they're going to go on and win the Big East.
You do. I mean, and you took St. Louis too. I'm very confused on your handicapping these days, but hey, you know what? That's what I like about
the future.
It takes a courage to say these things because you're threading that needle. That's what I like about you. So you got St. Louis. You got St. Louis winning by 1 or 2.
Absolutely. 4-3. They can win by 3. They could do the Calipari, miss the free throw on purpose. Up 3.
That's true. You never know. Look, this next line stinks too, but I'm diving all the way in. By the way, the best ghost movie is Ghost Dog. By the way, lock North Carolina. They're winning by 17 tomorrow. Battle?
Oh yeah. Wake's had the day off, and they're the dog. They're going to be ready to rock and roll here. I don't know if they're going to win. I hope they win because it'd be great to see them fucking spoil Carolina's tourney. They've already beaten Carolina.
That was a different Carolina team.
It's a 1-possession game.
Nope. You took Notre Dame yesterday. You still didn't learn.
Now we got a problem.
Buying into this foo-foo, Hubert Davis.
He still didn't learn. We got a battle. Dundee on the heels. Mac on the deeks.
Come on, Forbes. Big game. Show up here. Lose by 4.
Next up, we're back in Indianapolis where Northwestern is taking on Wisconsin. Speaking of white on white, Wisconsin's laying 7.5.
What do you think?
Why do I feel like Wisconsin's the play? I'm not betting this game though. What are you doing here?
They beat it by 6 in Evanston. Wisconsin did just get embarrassed the final game of the year. They come out guns blazing. They drill Northwestern. I think so. Northwestern played. This is a quick turn too. This game's at 2:30. They played like the 5:00 game.
I'm not going to bet this. Give me the Badgers, and
I'll bet my Badgers, man. I love the Badgers.
All right, Moneyline Mac. Lock it up. The Badgers of Wisconsin. Chat. I'm loving the chat right now. We got ghosts. I'm telling you. I heard that shit. And I'll be honest with you. If I'm being completely, if I'm being completely, I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'm being completely honest with you, there's been many times I've been out here and I've heard my wife's voice, and I go in there and I say that. What'd you want, honey? I didn't hear you all the way. And she goes, I didn't say anything to you. So I'm telling you, there's something going on. Something going on.
Check yourself into CTE.
That's true. Could be there. You need to go back to the hospital for a visit. Charlotte is catching 10.5 now. I'm seeing 10.5. I'm going to bet Charlotte. They can stay within this number.
I think you're right. I mean, who the fuck is FAU to be laying 9.5? Get
10.5 now. It's 10.5 right now.
Yeah. Let's go.
Clits. Give me the 10.5. Let's go. Remember that movie where Chevy Chase was like a ghost? Fucking horrible movie. It's like it's a great scene though, because like he makes out with his like the girl of his dreams or something, where she was just down to fucking make out with a ghost. Great movie. Great. Trust me, no one saw that. I'm the only one who saw that. I was like, Chevy Chase is a ghost? This is appealing. Unbelievable. New Mexico, San Jose State. Oh, didn't we hit as a double-digit money line dog back when probably January? Yeah,
Yes, we did. You think they cover again?
I do. I like the play-in game. Give me the
A
14.5 in San Jose State.
I was gonna say that's a lot of points to fucking lay here.
Yeah.
Well, let's bet it. San Jose plus 14.5.
Tim Miles, a friend. All right. Hell of a good guy. Give me the 14.5 with San Jose State double lock.
Early game too.
Let's go. Shout out to 2C's. He's seen that movie. Right? I mean, yeah. I mean, I like this question here. Larry David and Chevy Chase in an alley fight. Who wins? I think I'm going to take Chevy Chase. I have a good Chevy Chase story, but I can't reveal it all. But I think he's bigger than people think. As far as like, he's taller than I think people think. You know, a lot of Hollywood people, you meet some Hollywood people, they're like surprisingly really short. Kind of throws you off. I think I told the people I met Schwarzenegger a couple times. It's like biking through my fucking neighborhood. When I say met, I didn't like shake his hand. My dog was taking a shit and he happened to go right next to me and he goes, "Good morning." Right. And I said, "Good morning." And then we kind of talked for about 10 seconds. And that happened multiple times. Hilarious. But he was damn if he wasn't short as hell though. You know, like the half of Hollywood actors are fucking like, you meet them and you're like, they're like 5'2". And then Tim Robbins happens and you're like, hey, this guy's like 7 feet tall. Goddamn George Mirasan. San Jose State. Yeah, good play. Colorado is taking on Houston. Houston's like at 17.5 points. I mean,
bust back door.
We got to go in.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways.
We got to go in here.
Yeah, Colorado's already played on that fucked up floor twice. Houston's going to be mesmerized by it. Yeah, give me Colorado. Lock it up.
I'm in. Colorado only lost by 10 last time they played them.
Back door.
16. Shout out to Rob Donaldson. I'm just going to give you cliff notes on this one. His daughter was very kind to me.
Read between the lines.
Yeah, but I will tell you this. I mean, his at the time, I don't know. This might have changed, but Bill Murray. That story's real. They hate each other. They hate each other. So, you know, I always thought, like, how much do they really fucking hate each other? Made the mistake of saying that. I think, what was my line? I don't remember. I mean, it was something like I think I said that Bill Murray is like the all-time greatest comedic genius or so. I was like Peter Sellers, Bill Murray, and then that didn't go over well. But hell, I don't think this podcast is going over well right now. I'm having too much fun. Texas A&M and Nashville. A&M's laying 6.5. I'm all over these horns. I don't like Buzz Williams over 5. I'm locking up Texas plus 6.5.
Is this a rigged game?
Yep.
Yes.
You in?
Yeah, I think it's a get up spot for Texas as a dog here, and I think we get a 1 possession game just like last time. I think Texas might beat them again, and then they'll be in.
Double lock on these horns. Hook them.
Rodney everything ever.
Shout out to Mike giving us $20. Keep the good vibes going and appreciate you. Likewise, man. Yeah, I mean, you gotta have fun with it. You know what I mean? You gotta have fun. People take shit too serious these days. Everything's taken too serious. It's all terrible. Speaking of taking things too serious, Eastern Michigan took gambling too serious. Eastern Michigan is heading over to Cleveland, Ohio, to take on the Redskins in Miami, Ohio. I'm locking up Eastern Michigan here. Ever since they've been playing, man, they got some guys. I think Travis Lexington Steele's in a dangerous spot here. What are you doing here?
I agree. I think you take the points. No bet for me though. I'm
gonna jump in this. Come on, let's go.
All right, you can win.
There we go. Double lock on EMU.
Yeah. Miami of Ohio is really overachieved here, so I think this is a one possession game. This is a Maction.
Yeah, there we go. Next up, look at this. The Colonials of George Washington. The Colonials of George Washington. The Colonials of George Washington are taking out Fordham, the Rams of Washington, D.C. 7 grams wish giving us $10. Swish like a blunt. 7 grams swish like a blunt. Hoosiers, baby. Woodson returns. Love it. There you go. Smoke them if you got them. And I'm all over G-Dub here. I think they're gonna win by double digits.
Lock it?
Yeah, I could.
Yeah,
even though you know I hate them.
Fordham played out of their mind the other day. Yeah, I think GW rolls here. Let's go. G-Dub.
Double lock. How tall was George Washington, Rob? Rob Donaldson specifically. How tall was George Washington? He's our new stat guy. Stump the Schwab is Rob Donaldson now. How tall is George Washington? Kiddos Capper saying 6'2". I don't know. People weren't that tall back in the day, right? So I mean, he's got to be shorter than that, right? I need a breakdown on how tall George Washington is, because I mean they make his legs pretty fucking short, there. Rob, are you speculating or is that actually the reality? We need information here. Next up, we are going to the game of the day. You saw the photo in the beginning of the show. Boise State, San Diego State. Man, this game's fucking awesome. This line has crossed 0, Mac. Boise's now laying 1.5.
You can get it. Yeah. I mean, you can get whatever number you want. 1. I mean, I see San Diego State favorite at a place 2. It's bouncing around. Yeah.
This is the game of the day, man.
This is for all the marbles, man. I mean, I think San Diego State's in even if they lose. Boise has to win.
Man, San Diego State I saw is the Final Four in right now.
I know, and then Boise's the first 4 out.
Give me the Aztecs, but I am I just trust Dutcher more than I do Leon Rice, man. Like Leon Rice to me has done a great job with that program, but in a big game, I trust Brian Dutcher more. I will take the 1.5 with San Diego State. What are you doing here?
I love Boise. I think they're going to win the tournament. So I think that they're going to right the ship here, right the wrong of senior day. Last year they went into San Diego State on their senior day and won. They've beaten San Diego State before. They got swept this year. They get revenge. They get in the tournament. Let's go Boise. Big game here.
I don't know if I'm going to bet this shit. I don't have that great feeling. Moneyline Mac locking up the Broncos of Boise. Next up, Morgan State. The bitch slapping bear is back. What is this line?
Hilarious.
This thing reeks, man. Howard's laying 2.5.
Give me Morgan by default. No bet.
I'll take Howard. No bet, but it's puzzling a little bit. The Jaspers of Manhattan are laying 1.5 against Iona. Great logo for the MAAAAC championship.
Manhattan?
Yeah, I'm gonna take Manhattan. No bet.
Yeah, all these games come down the wire. Manhattan, no bet.
Western Michigan's taking on Kent State. Western Michigan 9.5 on general principle. I can't lay double digits in the MAC. Give me Western Michigan, but no bet here. They're all over the place this year. They shouldn't even. I mean, if you're going to cut teams off, I don't know how the hell Western Michigan made it, but Central didn't. I'll take the points though.
Take the points. I'll take the points on that.
Kent wins by 6.
Yeah.
The Aggies of New Mexico State. Great logo. Guns up in the air. Got a great mustache. In Huntsville, Alabama. Take it on Kennesaw State. Kennesaw's laying 1.5. This is a fire game. This is a fire game right here. Give me Kennesaw minus 1.5. What are you doing here?
I'll take New Mexico State, no bet. I think it's going to be right down the wire. Just looking forward to watching it.
Next up, what could go wrong here?
What's up with these slides?
Yeah, I couldn't find their logo. Without the black. So I had to do this.
I was like, why is it like?
Yeah, I had to do this because I couldn't find the tournament logo without the black. So wouldn't show up then. So made it gray. Classic adjustment. These are the stories you get on our Patreon. Not really, but Iowa's taking on Illinois. 10.5 is the number. I'm all over Iowa here. Illinois just drilled them. It's in Indianapolis. Fran parlay is in effect. Lock. What are you doing here?
I will battle you. I think Illinois blows them out and ends Fran here. Sorry, Fran. Illini, they love the Big Ten tourney.
Oh, you are silly for this one, buddy. You are silly for this one.
We got a problem. Now we got a problem.
We got a battle. Dundee of the Hawkeyes. Mac on the Illini. Shout out to 357. Cabo Colby versus Vegas Dave. Who has the better record betting sports? Vegas Dave, of course, if you ask him. He's never lost a bet in his life.
Sharp guy.
Who's grading? Who's grading? Because I'll get destroyed if Circle of Trust is going on here. Next up, Tulsa Temple laying 2.5. I'm locking Temple.
Oh God.
I'm locking Temple. Better team. Tulsa's off a rivalry win on the road. Coming?
No, I'm taking Tulsa. Temple had the run last year as a dog. Now they're a favorite. No, thank you. No bet.
I love that play. DePaul is taking on Michael Crichton in the Garden. The Blue Jays are laying 11.5. I'll take DePaul. The RuPaul Blue Balls. Let's go. What are you doing here?
I like Creighton. I talked up DePaul. It's a great story. I think they get blown out here.
You're crazy. I'm not betting this though, but I think there will be a little bit of sleep at the wheel. Creighton wins by 8. Next up, the Butt Bowl. Texas Tech Baylor in Kansas City. Texas Tech laying 6.5. I will lock up Baylor. Sprinkle the money line. Sprinkle the motherfucking money line. What are you doing here?
Yeah, I love Baylor. I think they're going to win the game outright. Scott Drew's really good as a dog on these neutral site games. He's not as good as a favorite. They know each other, him and McCaslin. Let's go Bears. I think they play well again tonight.
Well, I mean, hold on. If I'm really breaking down the Grant McCaslin, wait, his boss was Scott Drew.
Yeah.
Huh. So
because I understand how the bastard thinks. I taught him. Now I own one.
Double lock Scott Drew. Revenge. Next up. I actually think we should bet Stanford. This is the same spread in Louisville. Was it 11.5?
Yeah, now it's in Charlotte. Same number. I agree. Let's bet Stanford. They already got the game under their belt. They've already seen Louisville. Let's go. The Huggers.
Double lock on Stanford. Sprinkle the money line. Next up, Missouri, Mississippi State. Mizzou is laying. I'm seeing flat 3 right now. I'm sorry, I'm seeing 3.5, not 3. I will lay with Mizzou lock. Mizzou by 6. What are you doing here?
So Missouri absolutely embarrassed their ass in Starkville. I'm going to battle you. Give me Hail State. Give me Hail State. They Jans has been good in this tournament. Give me Mississippi State to get this thing done.
We got a battle in Nashville. Dundee on the Mizzou. Mac on Mississippi State.
Hail State.
Didn't you take a future of Mizzou?
Yeah, I thought Mississippi State might lose tonight. I'm bought in. I'm back in on Mississippi State.
Oh my God.
I'm impressed
I
with
love it. I love it.
I didn't think that they embarrassed their ass so on their court.
I didn't think so either.
I totally forgot that they got. I mean, remember that they were up like 30 in Starkville?
Yeah, I do remember that. It was like a 34-point win.
Yeah. Made my future again. Hail State.
Now we're talking. Now we're getting somewhere. Do you want to get rich, people? I've said this before.
Is he gonna beat him again?
People laugh it off. What do you mean? This is the one that will really matter. He's not going to end his career with a loss to the guy they replaced Phil Martelli's job with. It's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. This isn't Washington, D.C. Fran spent years working in this fucking town. He's not going to embarrass himself. There's a big shipment coming in too. People don't know this. You got the you got bodies of water surrounding Washington, D.C. You telling me you don't think there's some shit coming in you don't know about? Fran knows about it. I mean, this is a smash play. The line is 12.5. It's gone up 2.5 points. They're so dumb. They're so dumb. Plus 600 on the money line.
Oh God.
All over it. All over it. I mean, that's what I'm saying. This is insulting to anyone that knows the sport. This is the definition of a smash play. You in?
It's a smash play on St. Joe's. They've sat there for 6 days after they lost as a 13-point favorite at their place. They had to watch the ceremony.
That was at LaSalle, wasn't it?
Yeah. They were a 10.5-point favorite at LaSalle. They had to watch Dumpy be carried off the floor. I think St. Joe's kills them.
Didn't you say UMass would kill him too? I get you're doing
the
shtick.
Frans are good. The Frans are done. The Frans are done tomorrow. It's been a good run.
Are fucking silly.
St. Joe's.
You are absolutely silly here. You just don't understand. You just don't understand. And I'll bring it back to the last time they played in DC. Yep. Fran 63, St. Joe's 56.
What was that?
It's 2022. Battle. And I should note that the time before in Washington, D.C. was a win as well. We got a battle. Dundee on the shipment. Mac on this candy-ass St. Francis team. Oh, man. You're losing your way. You're losing your fucking way.
Not a good run.
Nah. Fran Parlay smashes tomorrow. It's going to be a great show. Get your tickets, folks. Lavelle Moten and NC Central heading into Norfolk, taking on Delaware State. Delaware State laying 1.5. Yeah, I'll fade that. Give me Central. What are you doing here?
Bet Central? Lavelle?
I'm going to stay away. I do think Central's the right side, but these games have been kind of wacky.
Oh yeah, both games were classics. A 3-point game and 2-point game. You're probably, although I'm getting Lavelle as the dog. Give me North Carolina Central. I'll lock it. I think they're going to win. If not, they lose by 1. It's coming down to the wire.
One of the Mac, lock it up, Central. Shout out to Marcus Cruz in the chat. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Next up, Mount St. Mary's is catching 1.5 in Atlantic City against Marist. Lock. I will take Mount St. Mary's to win this game. You win?
Cosign. Let's go.
Double lock. Let's go. Next up, Alcorn State is laying 1.5 at Bethune. I only took 2 futures in the SWAC. Jackson State and Alcorn State. Alcorn State minus 1.5. I will not bet this though, because Bethune's my boys. What are you doing here?
I'll take Alcorn, no bet. Close game.
Next up, La Tech. It's getting 2.5 in Huntsville. This is the hardest game on the whole fucking slate, in my opinion.
Yeah. I do have a future on Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, I'm going to take La Tech, but I will not. This is the hardest game I believe that's out there today. What are you doing here?
La Tech beat them twice. I think La Tech's going to win again. I think they're going to win all 3. I'll lock up Louisiana Tech. I'll stay to my future here.
This guy's locking it. One line, Mac, locking up the Bulldogs of La Tech.
La Tech will win the fair and block.
Next up, Seattle, Abilene Christian in Vegas. Seattle's laying 5.5.
What?
Bet.
Yeah, Abilene.
Abilene Christian plus 5.5 money line play. Money line. This is a money line fucking play right here.
Abilene in fucking Seattle.
What craziness. Next up. Oh boy.
Colorado State's going down.
I agree. Colorado State. Everybody's on Colorado State. Why is this line so short?
Steve Alford.
Money line. Nevada. Double lock. Yes.
I'm fading all my futures, keeping my boy Alford.
Look at this wolf with his goddamn magician hat on. He's got some tricks up his fucking sleeve. All right. Bottle of booze, some peyote, all that shit. All that right there. I met this wolf before. Santa Barbara's in Henderson, Nevada, taking on Northridge. The hell is this number?
Northridge laying 2.5. That number is short.
I will take Northridge, but I will not bet this game. What are you doing here?
I'll take Santa Barbara Check the picks page. I made bet Santa Barbara. They got the game under their belt already, and they didn't play well tonight.
USC is in Indianapolis taking on Purdue. What is this number?
Purdue is laying 9.5. Can they win by double digits?
I think so. I think we should bet Purdue.
Oh no, I'm riding with my boy Muss. It's Muss and March.
He doesn't know anything about fucking Indianapolis, right?
Yeah, they've already played at Mackey. It can't get any worse than that. Yeah, lock up USC. Too many points. They played the game already.
You're lucky. I'm thinking about it, but I'm like,
USC's got some voodoo. I think USC might be live here. Actually, USC's got some fucking.
I'm not gonna touch this, but yeah, you can lock up USC.
Got some
Moneyline Mac, lock it up. USC plus 9.5. Next up, what do we got here?
You're going down.
Fort Worth, Texas, ECU laying 3.5. This is the definition of a smash play.
And may the Schwartz be with you. What a world, what a world.
Laying at 3.5. Double overtime. ECU wins 104 to 99.
Nothing that we couldn't do. We set out to defend our name, and now we'll never be the same. Never be the same. 'Cause we believe.
Battle?
Yeah. They should have beat you already in Texas once already this year. This game's coming right down to the wire. UTSA money line.
Shoulda, woulda.
Now we got a problem.
Sports tomorrow. It's going to be fantastic.
We got a battle in Fort Worth. Dundee on the Pirates. Mac on these meeps. Next up, Villanova, UConn in Madison Square Garden. What's this line?
UConn's laying 5.5.
Holy shit! It went up 2 points.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, I'll take UConn.
You're gonna take UConn?
I am. I liked it better on the SGP show when it was 3.5, but 5.5. It's probably about the last time I would take UConn. UConn wins by 7. Battle?
Yeah. Give me Villanova. They've played UConn really well this year. They should have swept them, to be honest. Gave away that game. Yeah, give me Nova here. Eric Dixon gets him across the finish line. It's just UConn.
We got a battle at the Garden. Dundee on the Huskies. Mac on these Wildcats. Next up, we got Clemson laying 5.5 against SMU. This is maybe the best play on the board. I will lay the 5.5 with Clemson. What the fuck is this? You can't win at home with George W. in the house and his cronies. I mean, you think you're going to win in Charlotte? In a Clemson environment? Stop. What are you doing here?
Battle. Give me SMU. This line stinks.
I mean, the Carolina line stunk today, and that cashed. Sometimes stinky lines cash.
There ain't going to be that many Clemson fans. I mean, they'll have more than SMU, but there'll be more Louisville fans than Clemson fans at this thing.
I think Clemson will travel better than you think.
Nah. Let's go Stack.
I think Clemson will travel better. We got a battle. Dundee on Clemson. Mac on the Mustangs. fault line that motherfucker. Next up, Kentucky, Oklahoma. What's this number at now?
6.5. They just played a week ago.
This thing just jumped, man.
I like them, Oklahoma. It was a 1-point game 2 weeks
Damn
ago.
it, man. What number do we call it out on the SGP show? Because I think at 6.5, I buy into Oklahoma.
Yeah, I'm betting Oklahoma. Continue the momentum. I think it's another one possession game like 2 weeks ago.
Nah, I'll take Kentucky. No bet.
Boomer Sooner.
Money line Mac locking up OU. Next up, Arizona is catching 1 in Kansas City against these Jayhawks. Give me Arizona. Could be swayed into a bet here.
I ain't betting against Kansas in the Sprint Center.
They look like shit today, dude.
Exactly. They're going to win tomorrow. Everybody's going to be out on them. They pop up here and they beat Arizona. First ever Big 12 tournament game. New venue. Give me the Jayhawks lock.
Nah, battle.
Jayhawks win the tourney now. I was on UCF today in the points. I don't like Kansas as a big.
I know, but I still question your yearly Kansas record. Dundee, Arizona, Mac, Kansas. I think you're fire in the Big 12, but I think you're terrible with Kansas. If I had to bet,
I have a winning record. I did the tally the other day.
Really?
I've bet against them a good amount. It's just the ones that I've lost have been excruciating. The Houston game counts as like 17 losses the way they lost that game.
Yeah, I just don't think Kansas is any good this year. Not a good team.
I don't need it, but it's in their home state.
Tarleton State is in Las Vegas taking on Baptist. CB's laying 6.5. I mean, I was surprised at this line. I'm taking Tarleton, but I don't want to bet it because Baptist's been on a roll lately.
And Baptist kind of has the home crowd. I almost want to bet Baptist. I kind of think Baptist is going to draw them.
I'm staying away.
Check the picks page.
All right, and the nightcap. Wait, is there one? Actually, I think there was one more after this. UNLV, Utah State in Vegas. Utah State's laid 5.5. I will lock up UNLV plus the points. Sprinkle that money line. People are going to overreact to the Air Force game.
I agree with you, and I think that they're going to play for Kruger. I mean, they've already reported that he's fired. House money. UNLV money line.
Double lock on UNLV. And I believe this is the final game. Cal Poly is taking on Riverside. What is this number? Henderson, Nevada.
Riverside's like 4.5.
Give me Cal Poly.
Cal Poly's been catching some favorable numbers here. Kind of feels like Cal Poly again. Check the picks page.
This might go up too by tomorrow. All right. There's our show. Top plays of the night. Well, you know, how many are we doing? 6, 7?
Six pack. Yeah, 6-pack's fair.
6-pack. Well, LaSalle's certainly one of them. So just go ahead and circle that one. At 2, I will say Iowa State. At 3, I'll take Baylor. At 4, Clemson. At 5, I can't do Nevada in my top 6, but at 5, I want to so bad. At 5, give me the likes of Texas. And at 6, give me that fat blob of mayo. No. Hang on. At 6, give me Ohio because no one's. Yeah, Ohio's the play at 6. What are you doing? Fire away.
I'll just go in order. I'll go Iowa State, Ohio, Marquette, Boise, Baylor, Kansas, and the nightcap.
Boom, folks. That is our show. Mac's on Twitter at Moneyline_Mac. I'm on Twitter at the Colby D. The College Basketball Experience is on Twitter at TCE on SGPN. Check out the College Football Experience. Check out the College Basketball Experience. Got a college football show dropping tomorrow too, so check it all out. Also check out the Sports Gambling Podcast. YouTube.com/the College Experience. Hit that like and subscribe button. Appreciate all the people that have been with us throughout the year, rocking with us. Appreciate all the donations, and yeah, hope to see you at the party in Vegas. If not, just very grateful for all this shit. Have a ton of fun with this show, and yeah, I'd say you guys are the main reason. Anyway, till next time, folks. This is the College Basketball Experience. You better start thinking about yours. And we are somewhat out of here. Where the fuck's the song? Here we go.
I lost a bet on the Super Bowl, so I had to dive in and crawl around through the snow. Don't believe me? Believe me, there's a video. We made it to promote March 5th and then we did the show. Before March, there was a winter to be lived through, and snow fell on the DC metropolis. In some other cities, this wouldn't be big news, but where I live, it felt like an apocalypse. Not the kind where zombies are the wrath of God, but the kind where Mother Nature doesn't laugh it off. I didn't laugh at all. I saw the sky smoking the blunt, now waiting for the ash to fall. Traffic stalled for a few weeks. Capitol Hill of snow taking up a parking space. A couple notches on the beltway ain't unique, but higher in freezes get more than your heart to race. I mean, the rats were frostbitten, they lost it, risking their lives just to make it to the office. Exhausting, caustic, cold front rose up through the mid-Atlantic and did its damage. Detective Bailey didn't expect a camera and brought a gun to a snowball fight. I know my rights in the seasonal mood swing. Some of us winning, some of us losing. That broken clock's been thinking since winter. I hope it's not telling me I was born to lose. I lost my temper, but I found my center. Winning winter, so I can stay warm with you. That broken clock's been thinking since winter. I hope it's not telling me I was born to lose. I lost my temper, but I found my center. Winning winter, so I can stay warm with you. So I can stay warm. So I can stay warm.